Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger, and my friends, very recently the developers of Guilty Gear Strive have put out a bit of a Q&A session as well as showcasing just some of the power of the Roman cancel mechanic in Guilty Gear Strive. And hey, let's go over it. So first up, I'll be talking about the Roman cancel specific stuff here. If you want to skip directly to the question and answer sessions, go to this timestamp below. And otherwise, hey, let's talk about Roman cancels. So Roman cancels are a big part of the DNA of Guilty Gear. This is one of the main things that makes the franchise what it is, right? Simply put, you spend meter, and after you spend meter, you Roman cancel. And what Roman canceling does is basically it returns you to neutral. So whatever you were doing, you were in the middle of attack, you were in the middle of an animation, whatever it was, hey, you've just returned the neutral, and from there you can just go crazy, right? Has a lot of combo applications, obviously. And in Strive, it's the most complex it's ever been in the franchise's history. And the developer would like you to know just, some of the applications. And honestly, a lot of this stuff would have been nice to have shown us before the beta started, because I was a little confused on some aspects myself. So first, just the most basic Roman cancel right here. While you're hitting someone, you Roman cancel. Roman canceling always takes 50% of your bar, so just so you know. You hit someone, you Roman cancel, it explodes out, launches them, and you can see that little bit of a clock. That is how long they are in a slowdown state after the launch, and you can combo out from there. In the example given after the explosion of the Roman cancel here, they run forward and then link to close normals and then combo out from there. Normally wouldn't be possible. The ability to follow up and run is only granted thanks to the knock-up and the fact they're slowed down. And once again, you can do this off any hit. Doesn't matter, that's the whole utility of the Roman cancel. Now, once again, you can do Roman cancel anytime, and it has different actions depending on when and how you do it. This example is very clear. So doing it raw, so obviously it doesn't hit Kai, as you can see, but it did slow him down. So when you Roman cancel raw by itself, it puts the clock on the enemy, as you can see, it's a literal clock, and they're slowed down during that state, letting you react to whatever. Now, it could be in reaction to a slower move to punish a slower move, or it could just be, I need a second to think and process what's going on. Either way, it will help you out, and they have a very devious example here. In this example, Saul knocks him down and does the Roman cancel on his wake up, and there's a lot to process what just happened there, because it's actually pretty ingenious. So with the Roman cancel, as he's getting up here, first he goes for the Roman cancel, as you can see, slow-mo, right? Goes for a low attack here. Then has time to block the invincible reversal. So this is effectively, I guess normally we call this a safe jump setup, but it's a perfect, easy, meaty timing setup. So if Kai woke up mashing buttons, right, he can be either mashing a normal or could be trying to wake up throw or something, that low kick would have hit him, and he gets to recover in time if he did an invincible move, because the kick would go through the invincible move, and Saul wins either way, basically. No matter what, he's guaranteed the pressure, all thanks to the Roman cancel. So you saw how it worked in the combo, you saw how it worked if you used it raw, but you can also use it to cancel the recovery of any of your moves here. And you can make moves there where normally you might get bopped, right? In this example here, normally Kai would get the punish, but since Saul Roman canceled his Gunflame, can recover in time and then punish Kai for trying to punish him, basically. In Guilty Gear Xrd, these were called YRCs, and they only took 25% of your attention, your meter, but it will always take 50% in Strive. Your Roman cancel is also your defensive maneuver now, as it creates, your alpha counter, your V reversal, your push block, whatever you want to call it. It's your get off me move now as well. If you do it while you're blocking, you will shove them away from you. There is also slide Roman cancels, where you can just Roman cancel and then go forward, back, up, or down, and just move in that direction while you're Roman canceling. In this example here, which is rather ingenious, I like it, they're using the slide RC to go through Kai's projectile, go through on the other end, and then just give him a good old bop on the head. An even better example of the slide RC here is, so Saul uses Gunflame, he slide RCs it here, and while he's going forward, he immediately goes for his command grab, and it creates a situation so he can command grab right before the Gunflame hits, or You can just not do it, and if you expect it and you try to jump out or something, you get hit instead. So it creates a nice little mix-up situation. And finally, on hit, Roman cancels are special cancelable, so you can do whatever, Roman cancel, and immediately special cancel the Roman cancel into whatever special you want, right? So there'll be tons of combos where you'll want to Roman cancel while you're hitting them, launch them, run under them, jump at them, whatever, or ones where you immediately cancel into another special move, and they'll both give you completely different combo routes, right? It's really depend on what you want to do, because it gives you that creative freedom. So suffice to say, the Roman cancel is now the most creative and freeform it's ever been in the history of the series, and will absolutely be one of the defining characteristics of just what makes Strive a fighting game, right? I am very much looking forward to just all the possibilities. So now with all the Roman cancel stuff mentioned here, hey, the developer Q&A, let's talk about it. So they took some questions, and yes, they are still accepting more questions. If you would like to send them a question, I'll have a link for you in the video description, so check that out. But yeah, so they took some questions from the community just about, you know, where Strive is, some stuff about the beta, and where Strive is going. So one of the first things, and one of the biggest complaints they got about the beta is the moving UI. So like, your burst and your risk gauge and all that information is constantly moving along with your health, rather in one fixed place where a lot of critical information should be. They have said they've reconsidered a lot of their designs on the UI as it stands, and that is going to be changed. So expect a lot of UI stuff to be changed in the future in later builds. Another question that was fielded was, you know, what is going to be the state of combo diversity as it was in the beta? Basically, some very simple combos and just spamming the same move over and over and over. That became the optimal, right? And that's not necessarily how they want it. While they're not necessarily opposed to certain combos having the same move done over and over and over, they do want greater freedom of combos and combo structure compared to other games. And of course, a lot of that ties into the Roman cancel system, as you saw earlier in the video. They state they want to remove the concept of a certain move only combos into another certain move, right? A only goes into B, and so on and so forth. However, with the beta and what they saw, there's basically no advantage in using more complicated combos instead of simpler, easier combos. In the beta test, they found once a certain player found a certain combo, that's all anyone did, and that was kind of all there was to it. There was just very little incentive to experiment over the basic stuff, right? So as for that, they're fixing it. They're making adjustments on everything. I'm talking damage, how combos themselves prorate and which moves prorate over other moves, attack properties, meter gain, all that kind of stuff. They are very aware and they are working to address it. Another question fielded at them was basically, hey, what's up with some of the redesigns on some of the characters, right? And also, hey, what's up with a lot of the vocal tracks? Because pretty much everyone has a vocal track in the game. Well, as for certain characters having some new looks here, some changes to some of the classic attire, they stated here they want to have a lot of the characters to have different appearances, so this is like a stark new game. This is a brand new entry in the franchise, and it's not just Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 3 or Accent Core Plus 2.6 Turbo or something like that, right? This is a clean break, this is a new game in the franchise, and one of the easiest ways to tell that is, hey, people look different. Also stating as far as the music goes, well, that's very much tied to the character's personality, and they want to show that through the music. And also, just for some simpler designs, they just want the characters to be more memorable, and simpler tends to do that a bit better. And in my personal opinion, Guilty Gear Xrd, the previous games, they were very anime. I mean, like, more anime than usual anime, right? So the character designs are definitely toned down from that. The anime knob has been turned down from the 11 it was at. Still very anime, don't get me wrong, right? But it's interesting to see some of the new looks. Like, Kai looks like he's the front of a butt rock band now, instead of like Anime Knight like he used to be. Next question they fielded was, hey, well, some people don't have all the same moves they used to have, right? Especially compared to, older games in the series. And basically, it's, once again, they want a clean break, right? It's not that they're not paying attention, the history of the character, but they don't want to have to be shackled to what the characters used to be. Character movesets now going forward are basically, they want to get down to the brass tacks of like what the core essence of a character is and go from there. Next question they fielded was basically, in the beta there was a lot of issue with generally just any aerial attack. Jumping was too strong and anti-airs were too weak. And on that matter, they stated basically, mea culpa, my bad. So they are aware a lot of jumps basically had too small hurt boxes, the part that gets hit, and way too big hit boxes, the part that hits the enemy, than what it should be. They basically just didn't have enough time before the beta went live. And it will be addressed going forward, so don't worry about that. And the last mechanics-based question they fielded was simply, the wall break in a corner combo is generally speaking to them not worth it. The public at large, and honestly I agree, right? And, you know, what did they think about that? Well, in their opinion, they think it's very worth it. So, hey, I guess we're at loggerheads, right? If you break the wall in a corner combo, you get enhanced meter gain going forward. And if you don't break the wall, well, then you just get your corner setups, right? So you keep the pressure on, and if you break the wall, you reset the neutral. So in my opinion, it's definitely much more advantageous to not break the wall, but they don't see it that way. And they basically were saying, hey, give it some time. However, they're still doing a lot of playtesting. They're still taking in a lot of feedback, so things can change indeed. And the final question they answered was simply, hey, what is the hardest thing about developing a new game? And they answered, and I'll give you the verbatim answer here, creating a new feel and new excitement out of the genealogy of Guilty Gear. Genealogy is quite the word to use, but honestly, hey, Strive is very much its own thing, so I think they've definitely succeeded in that regard. So as it stands, I'm very happy they're taking feedback. I'm very happy they're taking questions. Once again, check the video description if you want the link where you can send them a question, and also the original article if you want to have a look at that. But yeah, so when they say they're taking a look at it and they're taking fan feedback seriously, I really believe them. Even as recent as like the Milia trailer, right? It shows the air dash is way faster than it used to be, and that was one of the bigger complaints in the beta and older builds. So yeah, they are definitely listening, and they're definitely making changes based off of fan feedback, so let them know. Very excited for the game. We gotta wait till 2021, hopefully early, due to the delay. But yeah, I think the game's going to be really cool, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. But yeah, my friends, that's the end of this video. So hey, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and maybe go out and play some Guilty Gear.
Love me.